is a really fun shoot for me. I don't remember an occasion when I've shot with such young people in the frame. So great to have so many young people in the frame. But behind all the young people are the women who make all this fun possible. They're all the mummies, and this is a segment that I actually want to explore. Apart from obviously the fun aspect of kids and bringing up kids in the UK, I want to explore a bit about all the kind of serious issues surrounding becoming a mum, and advice that you can give to young mums out there. I want to start with I'll start with you. Tell me, I mean, you had a career before, and you still have a career, and you've had your kids. Tell me, how hard has it been, or has it been very easy?
Oh no, it's far from easy. It's very hard. It's like being on a treadmill, like I said, and you try and balance, your life, your career. You try. I think most women don't accept it, but they want to sort of have it all. They want to be excellent mothers, and they want to be good at their careers as well. So it's been hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what were you doing? You're a trained lawyer, you said?
Yes, I'm a solicitor.
And do you practice, or
I work in-house.
You work in-house, and that's mainly a decision because of your kids, and
no, I went in-house much before I had kids, because I was kind of tired with the whole city life. But it does help. It does help to be in-house.
Okay. What about you, ma'am? Do you kind of regret giving up a career, or did you give up a career? Tell me what.
I made a transition, so I was training to be a gynecologist, and I gave up gynae to get into general practice because I thought this was more family friendly.
Yeah.
But having children is a very happy time, and I'd ask everyone to just go for it. It is a treadmill, but it's a treadmill I enjoy being on.
Okay. What for you is the best part of this?
Seeing a whole human being develop.
Yeah.
Seeing them develop the best of both cultures.
Yeah.
And hopefully seeing your genes carry on.
Yeah. Okay. Let me ask both of you. You were into film distribution before,
Yes.
and you still do a bit of that, or
I
have
still
you?
do a bit, yeah, but I did take a break a little while ago, not too long ago. I worked when he was very young, but I thought, time is so precious, and once he starts school again, then I'll get back into it. But I just wanted to take advantage of the time.
Yeah.
While we have it.
And this thing about lots of women describe it as one of the hardest decisions of their lives, to kind of take a backseat from their careers and have a family and all of that. Was it hard for you, or was it something that
It is, but I think you're basically looking after the most important thing in your life, and it's the best thing that I could have done, actually, because I think they grow up so fast, so it's definitely worth it.
Okay. What about you, ma'am? Tell me, in all of this, as we hear all your friends talk about this as well, what to you has been the kind of hardest challenge in all of this?
Just motherhood is a challenge, full stop. When you don't have any experience, it's hard. Just something you have to, work along with, and slowly, you make mistakes.
What's the one thing? What's the one thing that you didn't expect to happen at all, and kind of hits you by surprise once you have a child?
Well, I was determined to go back to work after 6 months, and
what were you doing?
merchandising.
Okay.
I just, like I said, not everyone's fortunate enough to do that, but I was, and I didn't think twice about it. So I've taken a break.
Okay.
For a few years, and I'll go back at some point.
Okay. And tell me, oftentimes, there's this big argument about men have it very easy because, they don't have to take a backseat from their careers, whereas women have to. Does that resonate with y'all? I mean, do you feel that's...
Gladly take a back seat and let me work, but that's just not the situation. So I mean, I think I'm in a very fortunate position where I could do this. So
Yeah. Well, what about you? I mean, do you think it should be fairly distributed if it could be? And
It should be. It should be fairly distributed. My husband's always willing to help. He doesn't get to spend much time with her, and sometimes he gets a bit sad because he does long hours, but it just didn't make sense for him to quit. Made more sense for me. So yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, what about the two of you? I mean, do you're nodding. Tell me a bit. You have a view on this?
I struggle with being asked this question on camera because I think women do carry the load unfairly. But like you're saying, you have an unfair advantage with the children as well.
Yeah.
But in some ways, I let that lessen my guilt that if my husband can be a good father despite working, then I can be a good mother despite working as well. So
Yeah.
there's a flip side to that.
Yeah.
But husbands don't, in most families, carry as much of the load as women. I don't think so. I don't know whether that's just the way women are or that's the way we are expected to behave. But I wouldn't wish it any other way. I wouldn't want to be at work and my husband to be at home or work part-time.
Okay. You use a really interesting word. That's guilt. And is that do a lot of mums feel guilty when they're at work? Thinking of their kids. Tell me a bit about that.
Oh dear. So I think one of my friends referred to this as well. Motherhood is a challenge, and when you're at work you think you could do more at work, and when you're at home you think you could do more at home. When you're at home you're thinking about work, and when you're at work you're thinking about being a mum. But you sort of plod along, putting all of those things in your repertoire, I think.
Yeah.
And do the best, because I couldn't have given up on motherhood and I couldn't have given up on the job.
Okay. What's one strategy that you use to balance all of this?
I don't know, just be very, very organized.
Yeah.
Just very, very organized, that's it.
Do you feel before you had your kids you were much less organized and you kind of became much more organized because
No,
of...
I'm sort of OCD in terms of organization, as some people know. But yeah, I've reached another level altogether. But it's all good. But at the end of it, because
And,
like you said, they grow up so fast.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. As Indian parents or parents with an Indian background, with an Indian heritage, generally Indian parents are made out to be these really competitive, kind of super mum culture where they want their kids to be the best, they want their kids to do really well at school, and they won't have it any other way. Is that stereotype still true?
I think we want the best. There's no doubt, we want the best, but I don't know if there's this idea of being really crazy about it. I mean, we certainly want the best, there's no doubt. I think we have a standard that's certainly above others maybe, but because we grew up that way.
Yeah.
But maybe that's what it is. We try to, keep that standard high, and doing these kinds of classes and things helps that, so, yeah.
Okay. And what about you? Do you think Indian mums are chilling out a bit more these days? What about, speak for yourself.
I was going to say, I can't really speak for others.
Yeah.
I just, for me, I wouldn't say chilled out, but all I want is for her to be a polite, happy person, happy child. I want her to learn all the good values that I teach her, her grandparents teach her. I want her to respect her elders, things that we've learned. When it comes to like how she's going to do at school and stuff, I'll push her along, but I'm not going to force her to do anything she's not happy to. But so long as she's a decent person and respects people, that's more important for me.
Okay. Well, what about the two of you? I mean, do you think that kind of super mum culture still exists?
I don't know. I'm just a very, very ambitious person. So do I fit?
Do you pass that on to your kids as well?
Not really. I'm ambitious for them to sort of experience life in a good way. Am I like sitting there and plotting their life over some Excel sheet? No, I'm not doing that. So it's an individual thing, isn't it?
No Excel sheet yet, anyway.
Not that she's admitting to on camera.
When you look around you, I mean, apart from your own example, when you look around you, do you think that's true?
I have to say it is.
Yeah.
We all try and do the best that we can, find out and try and get our kids to achieve their best potential, and part of that would be putting them in the right environment. And if you can help that in any way, then I think you should. Our parents did that for us, and we are in the position where we make those decisions for our children. Now you could argue that we're not forever doing activities with them, but this is one of the things we are doing because we're trying to expand all kind of horizons for them and get them the best environment possible. So I'm afraid it does exist.
Okay. And last word before I wrap, I could see them singing the Indian national anthem before everyone rapped, and I thought, that was quite endearing in many ways. Tell me, I mean, bringing up kids with this whole Indian kind of culture and Indian heritage, Indian parentage, is it easy? Is it difficult? I mean, what do you do differently? What do you do, for example?
Well, I bring her here for a start. Luckily, she's fortunate enough to have her grandparents with her. And it's a bit harder for us because my husband's Sikh and I'm Hindu.
Yeah.
So we want to instill both cultures into her.
Yeah.
I think that's very important. So it's good that I'm learning as well as we go along. So yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, no, I agree. Actually, we don't have any grandparents. We hardly have many family here, so doing things like this helps a lot. And, you know, trying to think back on how we were raised and passing on those traditions and cultures is very important. But it's not so easy when you don't have a large family around you, you know, like the way we were growing up. So, yeah, it's
that whole support system of,
Yeah.
you know, letting grandparents manage.
definitely, and teaching the language and the culture that usually, you know, is handed down.
Does that stress you out?
No, it doesn't stress me out, but I feel like, you know, we'd have to do the best we can. And he understands things, and when he sees his grandparents, he learns things. And he'll eventually learn, and he is learning, so it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
I have an older son who I didn't do so much of the Indian stuff with, but I think I was busier with my jobs then. So I want to imbibe a bit of my culture in her.
Yeah.
And I think if I do it in a fun way like this and with the movies, then it'll happen because it's part of who we are.
There you go. So that's one of, like I said, it's one of the most fun chats that I've done. I've never had somebody crawl through my feet before this in a chat, but there you go. That's what you go through when you're surrounded by some really, really energetic kids. What time do they go to bed, or do they go to bed at all?
About 8 o'clock. Mine
eight.
goes to bed at 8.
About
He's
8
got a lot
o'clock.
of energy.
So there is hope at the end of the tunnel.